When it comes to microphones, some get a bad rap for no apparent reason. I'm here to put to rest why you should stop blaming poor audio quality on the Blue Yeti microphone right now. When it comes to creating really good video content, your audio is one of the biggest key elements you can take to make sure your video is the best quality it can be. Now, we can sit here and go down the rabbit hole that is microphones and audio, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Instead, I want to clear the air about a microphone that gets a bad rap all the time, and it's unjust, I might add, the Blue Yeti. Now, firstly, what is the Blue Yeti, and is it the right microphone for you? The microphone works great in many recording situations and offers a ton of useful features for the price. It is a USB only mic, so you can't plug it into any soundboard or mixer, but honestly, you really don't need to for most situations. One of the standout features of the Yeti is the ability to change the polar pattern of the microphone. Now, Blue uses a tri-capsule microphone array that allows you to switch between 4 different polar patterns, customizing how the Yeti picks up sound. Those are going to be cardioid, omnidirectional, bidirectional, and stereo. So that's about all the reviewing of this mic I want to get into in this video, because it really isn't a review in the traditional sense, but more of a defense video for this microphone. Now, one of the biggest things I hear all the time from so-called audio heads is that the Yeti is not a good mic for, well, anything or anyone to use. It's garbage, it's USB, and sounds terrible. And honestly, that's just not the case. As I mentioned earlier, the Yeti has 4 different polar patterns, customizing how the Yeti picks up sound. And this is where the first major issue for most people who get the microphone run into. They simply don't know what pattern to set it to for what they're using the microphone for. But here's the kicker with that. Blue actually includes these documents called instructions for you to go over and decide what setting is best for your recording situation. Imagine that. Just saying. As you can see here, Blue lays out 4 of the most common recording situations most people would use this microphone for, and even adds little pictures for those that don't want to take the time to read what each setting actually works best for. Isn't that novel? The next thing I see so many people doing is actually not speaking into the microphone correctly. Again, Blue does a great job at including a visual guide on how to speak into their mic, and here it is. Even though the design and the shape of the mic looks as though you would want to speak directly into the top of the mic, that's not how you're actually supposed to speak into it for the best sounding results. They basically tell you, again, included in the instructions, to speak towards the blue logo on the front of the mic, especially if you're doing a one-person recording session. Alright, enough about why people really should stop blaming the Blue Yeti and just learn to either read instructions or, at the very least, look at some pictures of how to set it up and use it correctly. So let's jump over to my desk and see, and more importantly, hear exactly how this mic can sound when set up properly. Alright guys, now I'm over here at my desk. This is kind of where I do all my live streaming. If you've watched any of my live streams over on the Facebook page, you know that I am using the Blue Yeti, and I have it set up in the super cardioid pickup pattern, and the gain on the back is probably only turned up about 30%. You can actually see the settings just right here on the back of the Blue Yeti. So what I want to try to do is I wanted to give you just a listen, a hear, because what I say, the proof is in the pudding, right? So if you think that the Blue Yeti is not a great sounding microphone, 9 times out of 10, if you've ever heard anybody complain about it, or you've heard somebody using it where the microphone actually doesn't sound very good, I would be willing to bet, even though I'm not a betting man, I would still be willing to bet that they probably just didn't read the instructions or the visual guide that Blue actually provides with the microphone to have it set up properly. Yes, this is a USB microphone, and it's typically and most famously known for like a plug and play solution for podcasters, live streamers, gamers, whatever you're using your microphone for. But however, if you don't take the time to test, if you don't take the time to learn how to set it up properly, of course it's going to sound bad. Any microphone would sound bad if you don't take the time to set it up properly. So I'm here to tell you guys, this is what this video was. It's not a review of the product. It's not a review of how great it can sound. It's not a review how bad it can sound. It's basically a defense video for telling you to stop blaming the Blue Yeti on poor audio quality. 9 times out of 10, it's because it's set up improperly. To learn even more about social media marketing, video, and product reviews, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.